Tunde and Echinosa have been married for 7 years now, and their union is blessed with three children, two boys and a girl. Adana, who is 7 years old, is the oldest, while her younger brothers Emeka and Obi were 4 years old, and they are twins. Tunde refused his wife Itinosa from getting a house help because of the sad stories he has heard about house helps maltreating their madam children. Itinosa has always pleaded with him to allow her get a house help, but he refused. Itinosa managed to get a nanny. Nanny Mary is a very good woman. Her husband, whose sole occupation was drinking, didn't care much about the children. He left the responsibilities of his four children to his hardworking wife, Nanny Mary. Nanny Mary had to take care of the children by doing nanny jobs for different people in their neighborhood. Nanny Mary's dedication towards her work made her employees love her and always gave her extra money for being a good nanny. Nanny Mary always comes to the house 3 times a week. It was still not enough as Tunde and Itinosa were always busy. Tunde was transferred outside their state of residence and things became even more hard for Itinosa to manage as she too was working. Itinosa had to get a transfer to the state her husband was staying. Tunde was very happy when his family came to meet him after 1 year of being apart. Itinosa and Tunde had a serious challenge, which was getting a good nanny in their new environment. Itinosa and Tunde had a neighbor, and the name of their neighbor is Okon. Okon was married to Mercy. Okon and Mercy had a child as they have been married for 3 years. Their child's name was Peter. Okon and Mercy dated for years, so when it was time to get married, Mercy, who is a lawyer, happily accepted Okon's marriage proposal. Sadly, Okon lost his job a year after they got married, and since then, he has been managing the business he opened with his savings. Okon and Mercy were living with Mercy's stepbrother, John. John, who is a 20-year-old undergraduate, has been living with them ever since he got admission to the university. So, Mercy and John have been the one taking care of him. One day, Tunde went to drink in a nearby bar, and that was how he met Okon. They easily clicked, and when they found out that they were in the same neighborhood, it wasn't hard for them to introduce their wives to each other. Tunde, Mercy, Okon, and the Chinosa soon became family friends. They now visited each other frequently at home. It got to the point where Etinosa could comfortably leave her children over at Mercy's house any day Mercy was at home. Etinosa started noticing changes in her daughter. Her daughter was somehow very scared whenever she is alone. She was unconsciously withdrawing herself from family. It got to the point that Adana's teacher had to invite Etinosa and her husband to Adana's school. When they arrived at Adana's school, Adana's teacher complained bitterly how Adana has changed academically. She went on telling them how Adana was always acting strange in class and has refused to talk to anyone. Itinosa and her husband got home and were confused on what to do concerning Adana's predicament. Itinosa opened up to Mercy on her challenges towards her daughter Adana, how her daughter has drastically changed. Mercy, on hearing this revelation, was very sad. It brought back some sad memory to Mercy. Mercy, as a child, was almost sexually molested by her evil uncle. But Mercy's mother was lucky enough to figure it out. And since then, Mercy's parents cut off ties with his evil uncle. With this experience, it made Mercy study law in school in order to get justice for innocent people. Itinosa noticed that Mercy wasn't paying attention to what she was telling her. She touched Mercy. Mercy quickly snapped back and asked Itinosa who else was living with them in their house. Itinosa told Mercy that it was just her and her other children and husband. Mercy also asked Itinosa if she takes her keys elsewhere apart from her home. Itinosa also responded, and the answer was negative. Mercy, as a smart woman, knew that the problem must be from her house. She quickly told Itinosa goodbye and left. Mercy couldn't stop thinking on what to do. Even Mercy's husband, Oko, noticed Mercy's sudden change, asked her what the problem was, but Mercy didn't say a word. Mercy knew that she needed to do something about what Itinosa has told her. Mercy contacted an engineer that installs camera. Mercy made sure that no one was at home, and the engineer came and installed cameras all over the house. It wasn't up to a week after the installation of the camera, Itinosa and Tunde brought their kids over to Okon's house. Okon wasn't at home and Mercy went to work, so the kids were left with Mercy's stepbrother, John. In the evening, Itinosa came to take her kids home, and when she got home, she noticed that her daughter has started changing again. Ada now ignored her mom's call and always acted stubborn. Itinosa called Mercy and told Mercy what she noticed about her daughter, Adana. Mercy quickly asked Itinosa to hang up the call, that she will call her back later. Mercy quickly went into her room and checked the camera. What she saw shocked her to the bone marrow. She wasn't expecting this, and to think that her fears has been confirmed. That night, she called back Itinosa and asked her to see her in the morning. Mercy couldn't sleep at all that night. She was thinking of the next thing to do. Mercy and Itinosa met in the morning, and Mercy told Itinosa that her daughter has been sexually abused by her stepbrother, John. When Itinosa saw the video clips, she fainted. Mercy quickly rescued Itinosa. This time, Itinosa was crying, feeling guilty on how she has failed her children. Mercy called the police, and when they came, he asked them to arrest John. Itinosa was happy. At least Mercy didn't try to hide the truth from her. Mercy got home and narrated everything to her husband Tunde. That night, Tunde cried like a baby. John went to prison and he'll be serving there for 8 good years. And by the time he'll be out, he will no longer be staying in Mercy's house, as Mercy and her husband have decided to cut off ties with him permanently. They say they cannot trust him with their children because they intend having more children in future. Itinosa decided to quit her job to fully take care of her family. By this time, she has saved up a lot of money and her husband opened up a business for her. Itinosa apologized to her children how she has been neglecting them and promised that from now henceforth that she'll be a better mother. She, Itinosa, also employed a sales girl to assist her in the shop that her husband opened for her. Life was easier. Itinosa managed her home well and remained friend with Mercy. Because according to her, Mercy is a good friend and should be with somebody that you should reckon with. Adana grew up stronger, wiser, and she also met a therapist who helped her get back to her feet as the whole thing was getting to her self-esteem. Adana also revealed to her mother the reason why she was unable to open up, and the reason will eventually shock you. It was then that it was revealed that John always threatened Adana that she was going to die if she opened up her mouth to tell anybody what has been going on. Hence, that was the reason why Adana was always scared each time she was alone. And she was even more scared to talk to her parents because she felt that what John told her about she died if she revealed it to anybody was the truth. Adana hugged her and cried. She begged her to please forgive her and promise to be a better mother. She also called on her twin boys and also asked them to always know that she is always there for them. She also told them not to be scared of anything, even if someone says they were going to die or they were going to meet any form of misfortune because they revealed a secret to her, that person is a liar, and that they should know that she is their best friend, and together with her husband, that they will make sure they train them well and that nobody will ever molest them. Adana guided her children well with the help of her husband. Her husband was a supportive partner and he understood the sacrifice that his wife made by quitting her job, so he never took it for granted. In fact, he showered his wife with lots of love for being a good mother and a good wife. Adana and her husband teamed up together and gave their children the best things life could offer. They also hired a nanny that can help clean up the house just in case it Itosa was tired of doing any chores. This way it was easier. Adana and her siblings grew up knowing that they have people that genuinely love them. So this is the end of the story. Please like, share, subscribe, on notification message. I post new videos to be notified. And always guide your children jealousy. Don't trust them in the hands of strangers, even half of friends or family. Just be very sure before you say you trust this person to leave your children with. Okay? I'll see you in my next video, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Bye.